What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, The Walking Dead, Season 11, Episode 7. We only have 2 episodes left before the first third of this season is wrapped up, which is just absolutely insane. The episodes went very quickly. This season has been really good. It's been really entertaining. And specifically, this last episode was really scary.
Yes.
It was really, really scary.
Thoroughly enjoyed it, though.
Yeah, it was very well done. Good horror, good creeps. And just watching Connie and Virgil just run around this house while these, cannibals and these people who have clearly regressed as human beings are running around and just attacking and going crazy. Like it was a really crazy episode, and I love the way they incorporated the silence.
Yes.
That was just so
one
good.
of my favorite parts about it. It just the fact that it felt like you could really sense what was
for as
happening
much as you
to
can.
Connie.
Yeah.
As much as you can.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought it was so well done, and just the way it was silent, and then she'd be putting her hands on a wall to listen, and then you hear the vibrations building, and the attack would come. So well
terrifying.
done.
Through the walls, dude.
Yeah. And it was highly emotional too, because we finally got Kelly and Connie back together. That was such a great moment. Me personally, if I was Kelly, I would have been full on sprint to go see Connie.
Yes.
I probably would have had a moment of shock, be like, oh my God. And then I would have just been dead on sprint. I probably would have tackled, it would have been a mess. But I would have just been absolutely just insane in that moment. But it was so emotional to get them together again. And I know it's about them, and I know it's about that relationship and getting Connie back with her family. But at the same time, I feel really good for Carol that she could kind of just put that behind her now. Connie's alive. That whole situation doesn't have to haunt her anymore.
Right.
And just having Connie back is so good. And, Virgil, I'm pretty sure he got stabbed a lot in the back. I don't know what he got stabbed with, but he got stabbed a bunch. I would be shocked if he survived that moment. But I kind of hope he does. Because he probably has some information on Michonne that he could pass along to the folks.
That's true.
Which I think would be kind of interesting. But yeah, because I don't know. This dude, just the experience. Obviously, it was a good experience with Connie. And he was helping her and protecting her, giving her the knife and being just go. If anything happens to me, just go. So obviously the experience with Michonne shifted him a bit. But still, I don't know. There's just something about him. Just that whole episode that we dealt with him and Michonne. It's one of those things that's going to be hard to get out of your head, and it's going to take a lot to essentially redeem the dude. We've had one extra episode with him.
Yeah. Hopefully
he's calmed down and isn't doing any of that old sketchy stuff that he was doing before, but is... if he survives, if he even lives.
I don't know.
Hopefully he shifts and is for the good. And because, again, any information on Michonne could be really beneficial to the group.
Yes.
And, any...
Judith, RJ.
Yeah, everybody. Any healthy, willing, productive body is a good one at this point with everything that they've got going on. So, yeah, I hope that he's kind of shifted. But, again, it might take a minute because that episode with Michonne was just creepy as hell. That was just crazy.
That was real bad. I think he's okay now, though.
It feels like I feel like the experience with Michonne and her letting him leave and walk away and then stumbling upon Connie it maybe opened his eyes a lot to a lot of stuff that's going on. So hopefully we'll see. But inside that episode also, I think Daryl and Leah are in a lot of trouble now. Because, Daryl's not in that much trouble because he's got a spinoff and can't be in that much trouble. But it's one of those things where he got sent out on a mission to go find his people, and he had to torture a dude. He had to slice his friggin' finger off, and
he ended up dying.
It sounds like he gave Pope some information and not looking good. But Daryl got the information out of him, sent them exactly to the same neighborhood that Maggie and Negan and everyone is hanging out and hiding at, and
that should account for something, you think? I don't know, but I feel like it's going to be real shit for Leah.
Yeah, and it's going to be shit for Daryl, too. It's going to be interesting to see how, they wiggle their way out of this situation. Does he maybe read the room and be like, oh, Pope kind of told us that this dude spilled the beans. we need to get the fuck out of here and leave and bounce.
Get dog.
And kind of be a little preemptive in terms of leaving instead of trying to stick around and prove yourself more. Because everything's been a test. We keep talking about it. They keep talking about it. It's been a test this whole time. Everything's a test.
Get dog out of there.
Yeah, and we didn't even see dog.
No.
So it's one of those situations where, you know, Pope's very unstable, and I don't trust him at all. And just the way that they've brought Daryl into the group, it's all very sketchy and questionable. And obviously there's things up with this whole situation. And yeah, so it's going to be really dicey to see how they get out of there. But thankfully, like, Daryl was able to relay some information to the folks hiding underground about how many people they have, where they have it, kind of the structures that they're living in. He was able to relay that without them even realizing it, which I thought was really smart of Daryl. But they were able to wiggle their way through, so we'll see where that crew goes. But yeah, that was a really fantastic episode. I'm really curious to see what we've got these last 2 episodes for this first mid-season. And yeah, we still need a lot more answers at Commonwealth as well. We didn't get anything from them this last episode.
Right.
And there's a lot of questions there that need to be answered, and hopefully our folks are okay there as well. And yeah, things don't get too crazy. But it feels like it. I don't trust Commonwealth at all. The way people are talking about it, everyone is just so happy. Like,
that can't be it.
I don't know. Maybe it's just so long in the apocalypse, and with all the communities and groups that we've seen, happiness has been such a small percent of what we've seen. Obviously, the beginning of, like, Alexandria was one thing. Obviously, that all went to shit. And I did see one really funny comment that there is no way Rick is at Commonwealth, because the place would have been burned down by now. Like, it would have been in total chaos.
Yes.
If Rick was actually at Commonwealth, they wouldn't be doing well and thriving, because they've never had luck with anything in terms of building a place to sustain and live. So I thought that was a really funny comment. But I mean, I hope Rick is somewhere, and I hope we get to see him soon and find out something or get some Michonne news. Hopefully Virgil's got some good stuff there. But
I really hope that Michonne and Rick are together.
I mean, it's the final season of The Walking Dead. Please? Like, something. I'm not gonna completely hold my hopes out and, like, hold my breath for the whole situation, but it's definitely something in the back of my head that I'm kind of hopeful for. Kind of like, it wouldn't feel right wrapping up this season and this show without seeing the 2 of them again.
Right.
In some, like, even if it's a split second, just let us see them. Let's be like, oh, it's them. I don't know. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how this episode goes and how this first mid-season goes. Any other thoughts?
Nope.
All right, y'all. Let's go.
And we're almost there. About 3 miles out.
Daryl just told us to go home. He said they were armed with lookouts.
Daryl knows I would never turn back.
How you gonna keep going, Maggie? With what army? Come on, Gabe. Back me up here.
Our people are about to starve. I'm not going back to my family having failed.
At least admit what you're asking of us. Walking to our deaths for what, a sack of beans?
If you're more interested in saving yourself, protecting the people back home, you can go. We don't need you.
We both know that's not true.
I was about to say, come on.
He brought him on for a reason.
You make me a promise in front of the goddamn priest, and I will stick around.
Promise you what?
I do this for you, and we're even. We are good. I don't have to keep looking over my shoulder.
Ooh, that's a big ask.
That is.
We'll never be even.
Then you are going to be down a soldier that you desperately need. Your call.
You take a promise from me?
Yeah, I would. Assuming you are a woman of your word. I've always been a man of mine.
Very interesting conversation. Wait, what? Wow. Did we just get a fucking handshake and a truce and an agreement on something between Maggie and Negan?
That's nuts.
I'm not so sure about that smile, though.
Yeah, that smile. Dude, don't do that. Don't fuck it up right away.
It's his sister's best friend.
Oh,
Teresa. She was just a kid. We have to get them. All of them.
What?
Hey, y'all know Blackbeard too?
Blackbeard.
Think we can find more?
That's
Ugh.
creepy as hell.
That was a good one.
Wow, that was a really interesting moment right there.
So, you think we can find more? Is she gonna pull an alpha? Does she even know?
No, she doesn't know.
But it feels like, are you gonna lead a horde to?
Yeah, I don't know what she was referring to
Something.
right there. If she was...
Can we find more?
Yeah, I'm just still fascinated by the agreement and the handshake.
I mean, legit. But like, dude, don't smile afterwards.
I know, that was...
You're gonna fucking ruin it,
That
man.
that was a little too classic Negan
You can't
smile.
do that.
That was a little too, yeah.
Just start whistling and make it worse.
Yeah. What the hell?
What is happening? Is this community service?
I have to ask. You've known Hornsby a long time?
Pretty long way.
Is he capable of taking care of our transgressions? In other words, will all this labor truly lead to our freedom?
If he says it will, it will. Lance has his own way of doing things, but you can trust him.
I hope so.
I thought Eugene was going to ask, are you the real Stephanie?
Right.
I love you, but you gotta give me space, man. Can you just clear these? Think I got the last of them. You okay?
Yeah.
You think Yumiko's brother can help Ezekiel with the throat thing?
God, I hope so.
Or would he not blow his cover for that?
I don't know.
Steph, how much longer we gotta do this? It's been days.
A couple more, I guess.
He won't make it a few more days.
I'm fine.
They got real hospitals and shit here. Can you make that happen?
Yeah, I'll talk to Mr. Hornsby right now.
Oh, Mercer's coming.
If this becomes another debt we have to work off.
Never been afraid of hard work. Kinda anti-friends who die from stubbornness.
Same girl.
This is way too close to where the nasties are working. The smell is revolting.
The nasties. They call them nasties.
Oh my god.
The nasties.
Boy, you don't know what it is.
Miss Milton has great affection for her fellow Harvard grads. Should be no trouble finding a position for you.
I'm happy to work to pay for the aid for my community, but I'm not staying here permanently. I just want to make that clear.
After you meet Miss Milton, you might reconsider.
I'd rather see my friends.
They broke the law. Yeah, I believe they're clearing buildings for future development.
And I'm expected to provide legal services to...
Miss Milton and her cabinet.
Right. Then I'd like to speak with her.
This is all so crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like, if you just watch that scene, like, visually and didn't necessarily hear the conversation about clearing walkers, you would have no idea you're watching a show based in the apocalypse.
Right, that's what
Like-
I thought it was a... I thought it was a...
Oh, there's Dog.
I thought it was a before the fall.
It's just so wild. Like, Commonwealth is so questionable. Because it just, again, seems too perfect.
Blessed are the dead who die in the Lord, even so saith the Spirit, for they rest from their labors. We say, the Lord be with you and thy spirit.
Oh. That's very nice. They're giving her a funeral.
Your sister's out there. We'll find her. And every last one of these murderers. All of them.
But the one, he's mine.
Get him, man.
You ready?
I'm not cutting up anyone I know. You're gonna have to find me 4 strangers.
Only need 3. I kept my mask for practical and sentimental reasons.
This is not fun.
Well, not with that attitude.
Let's get it over with.
I feel like now he's like holding something over her head.
I just think maybe he's a little more comfortable now if she stays to her word. I don't know. Because he already feels looser.
Yeah.
Like...
Okay, but he's talking about his mask, though, so what the fuck are they gonna do?
We had 3 different sweeps, no signs of tracks anywhere, sir.
You try the buildings have out of light?
Yes, sir.
Along with train tracks?
Yes, sir.
Freeway underpasses?
Yes, sir.
Oh, come on! There are dozens of these assholes out there! No! Your brothers are dead!
Why don't you go do it then, fucker?
I mean, you threw one in the fire.
This isn't settled. Take your boy over there and go and find my goddamn enemies!
Alright, so clearly Pope's not moving on Daryl currently.
Yeah, that just
So
that whole conversation, like the whole like him and Pope and the other guy like talking and like laughing as they're like walking away.
yeah.
We got a good place. I'm sure there's a good story that goes with it.
We needed a place. We found one. We can fill in the rest.
You got the walls, you got the food. Why keep hunting?
We have to make sure they don't come back. We have a whole community to protect. We have a structure and a leader who got us this far. Pope's got a puzzle to solve and he's riled up.
Kill everybody and then he goes back to being a good guy?
He's like a father to me. He believed in me when no one else would. He made me strong.
Doubt you ever needed anyone to make you strong.
Come on, girl.
He's asking some good questions.
He is.
Oh, what the fuck, dude?
Gross.
Lower your shoulders, arms length. That's good, man.
He's teaching her how to fucking walk. Like,
A walker.
what?
Piece of shit.
It's not gonna fit you perfectly. It was someone else's face.
Ugh.
Look, this might actually work. I mean it. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm gonna take this back, work on it, fix it for you. And we'll try it again. You did good, Maggie.
It's such a weird dynamic right now. I don't know how to take Negan right now. He seems like happy.
Well, I think the
playing
fact,
walker masks.
I just think the fact that he shook hands with Maggie, I think that put a lot of things at ease and took a lot of weight off his shoulders.
I just don't understand why you wouldn't want the life that comes along with being a doctor here.
I don't want to go back to before. You liked that type of life, but I didn't. Never turning it off, never sleeping, everything moving too fast. People who burn themselves out for work until they die or want to. No one can know that I was a doctor, okay? Promise me.
I mean, dude's watched The Walking Dead. He knows doctors don't survive on this show.
I like things the way they are. This place makes sense. There's order, a system.
Okay.
Okay. Hey! What do you think I did? I did nothing wrong, I swear!
Oh, shit. Shit, did they fucking hear him say, like, no one can know I was a doctor? Oh, look at this.
The Whisperers Reborn with Maggie and Negan. What in the hell?
I told you you'd get it right. Congrats, and you're welcome.
This is so weird.
So weird.
Has he changed?
Can't know that. It's helpful. It would be. Unless there's something in it for him.
So, your promise?
I hope I can keep it.
I mean, just in that type of world, wouldn't you always do something that you can get something out of?
Your people need help, right? And you want your friends who broke the law to go free. Those are big asks. I can deliver for you.
There must be something in it for you.
A friend in high places. Someday I might need a favor, and you might be favorably inclined.
For what?
What do you say? Can you sit tight for a few more hours?
No, bitch.
Dude, he's got creepy eyes.
Yeah, he
I'm
does.
just telling you. The smile doesn't help.
No, it's terrible.
Just the whole aura he's putting out is just like, I don't trust you, bro. I don't trust you.
Come out! Hands up! Please, don't shoot. I have a family who needs me. My wife's hurt real bad. Please, just let me go.
I mean, once again, I don't trust folks.
We found a man in the woods. Not sure if he's part of our targets. He's taken us to his people. How do you want us to engage?
What? Bitch!
He has no, like, he doesn't even know. And he's just like, kill him. Dude.
You know, I feel for you in all this. You might think that's bullshit. It's true.
How's that?
I'm not a robot, Ray. It sucks to see your friends as walkers. And that would be enough. But you are about to do some crazy shit and break into a community that you built and lost. I get it.
Your community and mine were lost in very different ways.
You think I don't understand the losing side of a massacre?
There were no children at the satellite station. No families.
Then where'd Aaron get Gracie? Think I don't know about that?
You can't debate battle plans with me. Levels of cruelty.
Look, all I'm saying is that I remember when my home was invaded and my people were killed. Those men, they had friends, they had girlfriends, people that felt a loss that I couldn't heal. And I had to explain to them why their leader failed to protect them.
You killed people who had families, and you did it in front of their families.
Yeah. Did. But the world is different now, Maggie. Fewer people to fight for, fight with. Hell, there's fewer things to fight over.
You're saying you do things differently?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, if I could do it all over again, I'd have killed every single one of you.
Oh shit!
What?
That's probably not. But I just.
Why would you say that?
It's the truth. We gotta do whatever we can to protect our people, right? I mean, that's why we're here. That's why we're doing this.
Why would you say that to me?
We had a good day, you and I. And the only way this works, Maggie, is if we're honest.
You can't just let this day just go through without, like, you know.
Wow. Well, that's the kind of conversation I was kind of hoping for since, you know, Maggie returned.
Much gratitude. I see you've done all my work for me, and I didn't even bring you lollipops. Ha!
How was it?
Good as new. I got antibiotics, painkillers, IV fluids.
You feel up to a new assignment? Or...
Yes. Bring it on.
What is
Well,
happening?
they just gave him a bunch of drugs and painkillers, and he's probably feeling real good.
Stay over there.
What the fuck? They're just like fucking making out.
What the hell was that about? You just disrupted our date.
Excuse me.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Saved your life.
Eugene, let's go.
You know what? Best idea yet.
Oh, there's no reason to be so rude, Hoss. We have earned either gratitude or an apology, whichever this young man can muster first.
Eugene.
Who the hell do you think that you are?
Yeah, you're talking to.
Eugene.
Just go. I think I do, and that would be a tiny little man.
Stupid bitch! Look what you just did to my girlfriend.
Dude, what is wrong with these people?
Good job, Eugene.
What did you do?
This guy was being, well...
What the hell happened here? These lunatics attacked us. This is all your fault, sir. What the hell were you? I had goddamn rotters up my ass. And then this dumb shit rolled up and attacked me. Don't you know who that is?
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Forget this place, dude. Should have just let those walkers just eat those two.
Right?
Thank you for being on time. Miss Milton is fastidious about her schedule. Would you like a herbal tea, sparkling water, or espresso? I'm all right.
That's the girl that Eugene ran into. Mm-hmm. Stephanie, let her in.
You're right.
Watch.
Don't say that.
You're part of the new group that came in, right? Yeah. Is everyone okay? Of course, I'll do it now. I'm afraid Miss Milton will have to reschedule. Someone just attacked her son.
Fucking Eugene, dude. Should have just let that fool get eaten. Dude, this experience has been a disaster for them.
Right? I haven't seen an upside here yet.
You want out, now the price is higher.
Oh, bitch.
I need the name of your town and how to get there.
That is beyond my purview.
Then welcome. This is home.
So, I want to murder this guy.
If I were to disclose those coordinates, what guarantee could you provide for my community's safety?
Look around. Think how we've treated you. All the chances you've gotten.
It's not a direct reply to my query.
Up to you.
Don't do it, Eugene.
This sucks.
Look at them go.
All right.
Seasoned pros.
The makeup is so good.
I always loved that Negan went with like a Joker style mask.
And Maggie's got a lockdown good. Damn.
See? I told you the truth. Please don't hurt us.
You need to take your son and run.
Go with your dad. Don't be afraid. It's okay.
I love you.
I love you. Go.
That was fucking sad.
Oh, thank God for you. He answered my prayers. They were never gonna leave while I was still alive, and it was dangerous for them to stay. I'm ready. Please.
What are you gonna tell Pope?
That you killed him. It'll be good for you.
Dude.
That was difficult to watch. She looks very alpha right now. Oh no. Is that his sister? No. Dude, don't say anything. There's too many walkers right there.
Oh my god, that's so brutal.
It's awful. Oh shit. She's got quite the horde. Oh shit. Dude, I was fucking right. I was right. Oh shit.
Yeah. They needed the whole and what army line kind of triggered something there. She's like, all right, we gotta get more. I mean, conveniently, he kept his mask and... like, see? Him infiltrating Alpha's camp benefited them greatly in this episode.
Yeah, but I wish they wouldn't have to, because it's awful.
That is... I mean, instead of going in with 4, they're going in with hundreds. I mean, obviously they can't control any of them, with the exception of, like, walking them towards a certain spot.
Right.
But that's just going to cause...
You don't want to be caught in the crossfire on that shit.
No, I think once they get there, I think that's when you kind of disperse and let them do their thing. That's, I mean, genius. Smart plan.
Yeah. Just...
That's crazy.
So gross.
I loved that conversation that Negan and Maggie had. That was very much the type of thing that I've been talking about since Maggie came back. Honesty, open conversation about what's going on.
Okay, I'm all for honesty, but I feel like some stuff needs to be held back.
I mean...
Because it's Maggie.
But...
And hello? Open wounds still, man.
I mean...
There's some... yes, honesty. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But how does...
Maybe not say I should have fucking killed everyone.
But, like, how does that make anything worse?
How does it make any better?
Because he's showing that he's being honest. Like, honesty hurts.
But she's hoping
the truth
for
hurts.
him to have changed.
Yeah.
That doesn't really...
But, like, why? What would his answer be? With how everything has ended up...
He didn't need to elaborate. He answered the question. He didn't need to elaborate.
I had no problem with him saying that because it doesn't hurt any more than what she's already dealing. She's already...
She was like, how could you say that to me?
I mean, it probably would have been better for all of them. With what Maggie has gone through to this point, she'd be with Glenn.
Okay, but she was also pregnant at the time.
Yeah,
killed an unborn baby as well.
Yeah, that's the problem. But the idea that Negan would say anything else, the fact that he was honest and open in that moment where he was like, I was just trying to protect my community, people that were trusting me to be their leader. We all did horrible shit.
I appreciated that part of the conversation very much. I think that you need to let Maggie in to see what was actually behind his actions.
Right.
I'm totally about that, but like maybe like hold on, pump the brakes on the other stuff.
I like that he's revealing all of the really important factual things that a lot of people want to overlook.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, the saviors when they very first met our folks on the road threatened you, but a threat doesn't then need to respond with murdering a ton of people in the outpost in their sleep.
Okay, but like, Rick was scared. He didn't want his community to be faced with potential death.
Right.
I mean, he did anyway.
I see why Rick did it on his end, but the idea that like Negan is this horrible, giant, crazy monster, it's like the death was caused first by Rick's crew.
Yes.
The threat and the introduction came, obviously the saviors introduced themselves and threatened them, and that resulted in the outpost killing. But like Negan, what Negan said there, it makes a lot of sense. Like there were brothers and sisters, and he even was like, how did Aaron get Gracie if there were no kids there? And it's like, there was a really, again, I firmly 100% truly believe it. For those, I mean, obviously the people who will never forgive Negan or accept anything that he's even been through, even after an episode like this, I feel like for everyone else who's kind of like in limbo with him as a character, if we saw this show from his point of view, things would be completely different.
Totally different.
I 100% believe that we would view Rick and company as the bad guys of this show, because the way that the story would be told would be Negan is this leader trying to protect, and that's what we would see. We would see the ins and outs of what the sanctuary would have been. We would have met the people, the community. We would have grown relationships with the people who were living and thriving there. I think it would have been a lot different. But again, we've never really gotten to see that side of the story. I think the closest that we really got to see that was that Michonne episode, where she was being presented, she was tripping, and she was like living life through if things played out the other way.
Right.
I feel like that was the closest that we would ever have seen to that. Until now, we actually hearing from Negan being honest. It's like, yeah, I mean, with how everything ended, of course he'd probably kill all of them in hindsight. Like, it makes sense for him to say that, regardless of he needed to or not. Like, I don't have a problem with it because he's just speaking the truth. And Maggie has been honest with him. I'm going to kill you. I want to kill you. I think about killing you all the time. I think it's only fair that he actually expresses, like, yeah.
Okay, I have one.
Because he could have easily killed all of them. And the show would have been over.
One issue about, like, if things were told from his side.
Yeah.
The whole, like, making other communities work for the larger community.
Yeah.
Like, that shit was fucked.
Well, I think the bigger issue is the way he handled his wife situation. Having the wives and forcing women to be his wife, and like that part is obviously he's got issues with that. We saw that even in his bonus episode. I think it's more of that, but I mean, he turned communities into basically his slaves. You're going to work for me. You're going to do everything I say. I'm going to take 90% of whatever you make. You're going to keep a little bit. But again, that was his approach to how he needed to keep his community thriving and eating and living. I mean, it's so much bad has been done over the 11 seasons of this show that it was just a different approach. And in this world, he is the big bad. He's got the voice and the charisma and the ability to lead and take things over and be really scary. And I just feel like, again, everything that's happened in this show has been bad. Our crew has done all kinds of bad things.
Yes.
It's just different because we've been with them for so many years and we've seen the story told through their eyes. We've grown to love all of these characters, and I think it would have been different. And the really, like, the massacres and the really, really large killings that happened through the Saviors was done by his rogue generals. It wasn't him. He never ordered Simon to go slaughter all those people at the trash yard and the Oceanside, but those were just rogue generals doing things that they thought they should be doing, which was never in Negan's plans ever to, until he realizes that he ran into a threat bigger than him that ended up taking him out, basically. He would have eliminated everyone, essentially. But I don't know. I've always thought it was interesting just how that side of the story was always kind of hard to see, because we've never really experienced any of it from his side.
Right. And
hearing him speak and talk about it, I think it's really powerful. I think it's really important, because there are a lot of people stopped watching the show after he did what he did to Glenn and Abraham. And it's unfortunate, because the redemption story has been really interesting. I think the story continues to be interesting. And because there is that like really small percent, like you see him smile after a handshake with Maggie, where it's like, is the old Negan still in there? Like, is he really changed? Like, that small, as like someone who loves the character because I love the story. Don't worry, I have the whole speech plan for when I'm wrong about his redemption story, when at the end of all this he turns and becomes old Negan again. I have that all prepared. I still expect it to like happen for like 2 or 3% chance of it happening. But like, I'm fully on board with Negan as a redemption story and everything that he's doing, because he's being helpful. He continues to be helpful. He's had so many opportunities to not be helpful.
True.
But he's still being helpful. He saved Maggie, obviously not to pull her up on the train, but after that he ended up saving her. He saved so many people. He saved the community. He helped end the giant Whisperer War. And now he's using the tactics that he learned as a Whisperer to help Maggie infiltrate where they're going to get what they need for their people. So, like, it's hard to constantly bash on Negan for something that happened so long ago to a couple characters that we absolutely, well, it's really one. Like, no one ever gives Abraham any love. It's always about Glenn. It's always
Smooth.
It's always about Glenn. I loved Abraham and his one-liners. He was so awesome.
Porch dick.
Yeah.
Come on.
Who's Deanna? Like, it's just he's just so great. And like, it's always mostly just about what happened to Glenn, which again I think is Daryl's fault. But we don't need to go down that road again.
Not my Daryl. Not my Daryl.
It's just one of those things where it was so long ago, and he's done so many positive things to help our people along the last 2 seasons of this show. And yeah, of course, again, small percentage chance that old Negan's there, because they'll flash that smile or do something that makes you be like, wait, are you sure? So yeah, I really, again, that was something that I've been wanting for a long time, was a little heart to heart. And it is a little risky to say such a thing to Maggie after shaking hands and agreeing to terms like they did.
But maybe that's why you also said it, though, too. We made a promise. You can't break it.
And she says, hopefully I can keep it.
Not when you say shit like that to me.
Yeah, that was emotional, though, between the random family that they met and Elijah seeing his sister in that horde. Like, there was some strong emotions in that episode, too. And yeah, we've only got one more after this until we hit a mid-season break. Pretty crazy. It feels like we're going to get something big in the next episode, because we've got a whole giant horde by new Alpha Maggie.
No.
I mean,
she's going to use her powers for good, I hope.
I mean, she's the boss and she's leading a horde into a place to go destroy something.
What does that make Negan?
He's beta. He's her beta.
Okay. Anyways.
Yeah, so that was a really good episode. I really enjoyed the conversation, because, again, it's something that I've been wanting since we knew Maggie was returning, and we knew Maggie and Negan were going to have interactions of some sort. So, yeah. And just all the stuff that's going on Commonwealth, too. It just feels... I've had a bad feeling since they've showed up to this place, and meeting these people and hearing them talk and seeing the environment that they're all living in, and it's just even worse. Like, my trust has gone even lower for them. It just feels like a really weird place.
It's been real sketch.
Yeah,
I mean, they're clearing out buildings.
Because they got to build.
Feels
yeah.
like acting like
he's got some really good meds.
Drinking the cult juice, like.
I mean, he got an IV. He got pain meds. He was probably feeling great.
I worry.
He's like, let's go.
Him. I really do.
Yeah, I really do too. But
I don't want him to. This feels very culty to me.
I mean, the line that keeps sticking in my head about them was the initial conversation that Yumiko had with her brother about where she asked, like, is this place really as good as it seems? And he's like, it's better. It's like, that line just continues to kind of stick in my head to be like, it just seems off. Something just seems wrong and just something doesn't add up. And the fact that the governor's kid is out wandering around in a place making out with
a complete
but not even
jerk.
that. But like just the fact that like he's out with his girlfriend and walkers, are they not as protected of a community as we thought they were? Can walkers just enter?
Well,
or did they go somewhere?
They're out.
They went out and about completely?
Yes, they're out on a.
They were not on the grounds?
On a day date.
Yeah. It's just everything about the people that we've met. There's been just a lot of just questionable things, and I don't know. Like, the idea that you talk about, like, the juice or whatever, it definitely feels like something to that effect. To where, like, everyone's, like, hypnotized or something.
Well, that's what you say when you're saying you're drinking the Kool-Aid or you're drinking the cult juice.
Right.
Like, bitch, you're falling for this shit. That's not good.
Yeah, it almost feels like something along those lines because it kind of feels like people are just kind of mindlessly walking around, just living their lives, pretending that they're not in an apocalypse. Like, the meeting conversation just felt so weird because we haven't seen that in this show in a really long time. And how they have just all this stuff and just everything's so perfect. And I don't know. Just red alerts just fly off into my brain as I'm watching all of this stuff play out at Commonwealth. And now it's like Eugene feels like he's close to revealing something, which I hope he doesn't, but they're kind of putting him in a position.
Well, I mean, does he give something away? Like,
send him to Hilltop where there's nothing there
that's
anymore?
That's what I was thinking.
Or send,
and then be like, oh shit, look what happened in my community. Oh, it's gone.
I told you we needed help. Yeah. I don't know if that's the play, or you send them to like the kingdom or something. You send them to one of the kind of deserted spots that you used to live at. I couldn't imagine him actually giving them the coordinates to Alexandria. I just don't. He's been so good about it. Yeah. I just don't see him doing that. But again, he's in such a really kind of tough spot right now where it's like, all right, you're not going to tell us anything. Welcome to your new home. It's like, well, fuck, that doesn't help.
Can you just let me go? Like, I don't even want to be here anymore. Can we just let me out of the gate?
I feel like they've revealed enough information about whatever they've got going on that they're not going to let them just walk away. The fact that they got certain words out on the radio and then everything went to static, I feel like they know a little bit more information that they're kind of revealing to them. And yeah, I don't think they're going to let them go. I feel like there's going to be a problem. I feel like there's going to be a really big problem.
Well, they took Kumiko's brother.
Yeah.
After they had just been talking about, like, don't let anybody know that I'm a doctor.
Very sketchy. Do they have, like, things bugged? Because they weren't talking that
I feel like they do. I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah, so it was a pretty wild episode, and I'm very curious and excited to kind of see how they wrap up this first third of this season, because it's been really good. It's been really entertaining. So, any other thoughts? No. All right, y'all. Leave your comments down below. We will catch you guys later for the next one. Bye.